Hello and a very warm welcome to this special What a Moment for Madhya Pradesh. They have created history by winning their first ever Ranji Trophy title, beating 41 times champions Mumbai. It was an emphatic win, in fact, for Madhya Pradesh, for Aditya Srivastav and his team, with them taking the first innings lead of 162 runs. From there on, Mumbai set them a target of 107, which Madhya Pradesh chased down with more than a session to spare. And after that, the celebrations, they were beautiful to see. Chandrakant Pandit, who has sat motionless on that chair in the dressing room for the last 4 days. Today, you saw him being emotional. He was crying. He knew what he'd lost 23 years back as they lost the final against Karnataka when he was the captain. Today, he, along with Aditya Srivastav and the team, have won their first ever Ranji Trophy title. Now, a lot of players from Madhya Pradesh have in their own way contributed to this win, and we have two legends of Madhya Pradesh cricket right here with us. Amay Khurasiya joins me, Devendra Bundela joins me. First of all, gentlemen, congratulations. आज खुश तो बहुत होंगे आप, देवेंद्र सर. कल कह रहे थे कि एक हाथ आ गया है. आज पूरे दोनों हाथों के साथ ट्रॉफी उठाई गई. चंदू सर को अपने शोल्डर्स पे ले जाया गया. But the moment was beautiful and they deserved it because पूरे 5 दिनों में बेहतर क्रिकेट मध्य प्रदेश ने खेली.
जी बिल्कुल. सबसे पहले सभी एमपी प्लेयर्स को, कोचेस को, सारे जो पीछे भी हैं, पास में जिन्होंने काम किया, उनको बधाई. पूरे एमपीसीए को बधाई. तो सबकी जीत है ये और सभी लोग वेट कर रहे थे, तो इसमें खुश होना तो बिल्कुल स्वाभाविक है. एक अलग ही एक चेहरे पे एक मुस्कान है. तो बहुत दिनों से जो वेट कर रहे थे, वो हम सभी यही सोचते थे एज ए प्लेयर कि जीतना है. दिन भर उसी में लगे रहते थे, पर आज वो फुलफिल हुआ. एक बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. और जैसा फाइनल तो पूरे डोमिनेशन के साथ एमपी खेली है, लेकिन जो सारे मैचेस हैं उन्होंने 6 मैच में से 5 आउटराइट जीते. तो एक उनका एक अलग लेवल रहा है खेल का. और 2022 की बेस्ट टीम उभर के आई है, तो उनसे कोई क्रेडिट नहीं ले सकता है. बहुत शानदार
मजा आ गया. बहुत शानदार खेला और वाकई में मजा आ गया. Amay, you've been part of a coaching unit that has coached most of these players. You've seen all these players grow up in front of you. I've been saying it for the last 5 days on this show as well, that you've seen each and every player here who has done well. Today, as you sit back and you look at what they've achieved, what do you say to that?
They've achieved a lot of self-belief, and that's the most important thing. That was always there, and the collective effort was always missing. So that collective effort has come together in the stewardship of the coach, the captain, the new pair of selectors, the association, the unit that is behind them, the trainers, physios, massios, and all the people. There's a big unit, including the canteen of MPCA. So I think they all deserve credit because I think if you see the entire match and analyze it, you will see one thing. There was a lot of divinity which was helping MP, and that's why you could have seen that we lost the toss. Had we won the toss, we would have also batted, and Mumbai also won the toss and batted, but then that didn't go in their favor.
Correct.
So there was a lot of divinity. The conditions were overcast, then they became sunny, then they again became overcast. Then there was a variable bounce, then it became better. So there were more factors to this title than just playing cricket.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic thing, and all credit goes to the entire association, the coach of the team, the support staff, the captain, the players, and also the ex-players like Devendra, who was also a captain for MP for many years, and many others. Congratulations to all of them. It was just wonderful.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yes, you talk of you talk of divinity, and somehow the stars did align. And to think of it, that this happened at the very stadium where, in fact, Madhya Pradesh lost in the final to Karnataka 23 years back. That in itself also goes on to show, and you are right, they got the better of the conditions. The sun was shining down. when MP was batting. But how responsible were Mumbai in losing this game? Of course, they would have, given that they won the toss, they would have wanted to bat longer. They would have wanted to, take that first innings lead to score a lot more runs, but it wasn't to be. Just coming back to the overall campaign, Devendra sir, चंद्रकांत पंडित पे अब एक ये हो जाएगा कि भाई ये जिस चीज़ को छूते हैं वो सोना हो जाती है. 3 टाइटल्स मुंबई के साथ जिताए, 2 टाइटल्स विदर्भा के साथ जिताए, अब मध्य प्रदेश के साथ भी. और इसमें भी आप वो देख सकते थे जो प्यार है प्लेयर्स का उनके लिए, उनको अपने कंधों पर उठाकर ले जा रहे थे. आदित्य श्रीवास्तव ने जो प्रेजेंटेशन थी उसमें उनको पूरा क्रेडिट दिया, कहा इन जो भी मैं क्रिकेट सीखा हूँ वो इनसे सीखा हूँ. तो जो रोल रहा है चंद्रकांत पंडित का अब वो बस बढ़ता ही जाएगा मुझे लगता है. बट अ ब्यूटीफुल मोमेंट फॉर हिम ऑल्सो. उन्होंने भी ये कहा कि भाई मैं वो करता हूँ, मैं चाहता था एक ट्रॉफी जीतना मध्य प्रदेश के लिए, कर नहीं पाया, 23 साल बाद अब मेरे बच्चों ने कर दिखाया.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, बहुत बड़ी बात है. और जैसा आपने बोला कि उनके रिकॉर्ड्स बोलते हैं, वो जहाँ वो गए हैं उन्होंने ट्रॉफीज जीती हैं. तो इसमें कोई डाउट नहीं है, कोई शक नहीं है कि वो डोमेस्टिक के सबसे अभी तक बेस्ट कोच हैं, क्योंकि उनके रिजल्ट बोलते हैं. जो जहाँ जा रहे हैं और परफॉर्मेंस बच्चों से ले रहे हैं और रणजी ट्रॉफी जीत रहे हैं, तो एक बहुत बड़ा वो है. और उनका रोल रहा है बिल्कुल, जब से वो आए हैं उन्होंने बहुत अच्छा किया है और प्लेयर्स को बराबर गाइड किया है, उनको मोटिवेट किया है. तो एक बहुत शायद जब हम फाइनल खेले थे वो एज ए कैप्टन थे और जब हम हारे थे तो सभी लोगों को बड़ा दुख हुआ था और एज ए कैप्टन उनको काफी बुरा लगा था, हमको याद है वो. तो आज जब वहीं उसी मैदान पर वो जीते हैं तो देखिए इमोशनली होना तो बहुत भावुक है, बहुत जरूरी है, बहुत उनके चेहरे से ही लग रहा था. तो एक बहुत बड़ा अच्छा उनका आना और रणजी ट्रॉफी जीतना, तो इसमें तो उनसे कोई क्रेडिट ले नहीं सकता है, इसमें कोई वो नहीं है. और उन्होंने एक बार फिर साबित कर दिया है कि वो एक बहुत अच्छे कोच हैं और वो जहाँ हाथ डाल रहे हैं वहां से रिजल्ट निकल रहे हैं.
And the hard work that has gone into it, I mean, that also counts for something. Given that he's worked hard with this team has been working hard. You spoke of how the seeds for this character, this winning character that this team seems to have developed, were sown 5 to 6 years back. And from there on, you've seen this team only improve every year.
Oh yes, I have seen this team improving day by day and step by step. There were various factors for that, and the best part is the collective effort which came in these last few months. Yes, of course, a lot of credit goes to the management of the team, the captain, the coach, as I said before also, and there were so many sentiments, there's so many emotions behind this, and that could be easily seen today when the title came to Madhya Pradesh after so many years. So yes, and without any second thought, Mr. Pandit is one of the best coaches in the domestic circuit. He has so many titles under his belt, and that to Ranji Trophy titles, not easy. So a lot of credit goes to him also for creating that environment, a very fecund environment in the side where everybody could talk and discuss and come back with their thoughts. So there were fantastic brainstorming sessions, and it's a result of all these efforts done by him and the captain and everybody.
बिल्कुल. दो चीज जो बिल्कुल स्टैंड आउट होती है देवेंद्र सर इस जीत में, पहली तो कि भाई आप फाइनल में 41 बार चैंपियंस जो रणजी के रहे हैं मुंबई को हराते हैं, और दूसरी बात जिस तरह से हराते हैं, कहते हैं ना कि यू गिव देम द टेस्ट ऑफ योर ओन मेडिसिन. जो जैसा वो खेलते हैं उसी तरह के गेम को खेलकर आप उन्हें ही मात देते हैं. आप फिर 3 सेंचुरीज आपके टीम के बैटर्स बनाते हैं, जिसमें से 2 तो बिल्कुल जैसे कहते हैं ऑलमोस्ट 2 सेशंस तक बैटिंग करना, वो हम एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं मुंबई के प्लेयर्स से. पर एमपी के बैट्समैन आके वो करके दिखाते हैं। पहले इनिंग्स में आपकी लीड लेते हैं, उसके बाद कुमार कार्तिकेय जो कि नॉकआउट्स में, पूरे नॉकआउट्स में इतने शानदार तरह से खेले, वो विकेट्स लेते हैं सेकेंड इनिंग्स में। एक परफेक्ट परफॉर्मेंस रही, पर ये भी रही कि मुंबई को मुंबई के तरीके से हरा दिया।
बिल्कुल। देखिए, एक रणजी, एक टूर्नामेंट खासकर रणजी ट्रॉफी जीतने के लिए सभी का कंट्रीब्यूशन बहुत जरूरी है। जो आपके 3-4 टॉप ऑर्डर बैट्समैन होते हैं उनको 700-800 रन बनाना ही पड़ते हैं अगर जीतना है, और आपके जो फ्रंट लाइन बॉलर्स रहते हैं 2 से 3, उनको 25-30 विकेट लेने ही पड़ते हैं जब भी आप फाइनल तक आते हैं। जितने भी आप हिस्ट्री उठा के देखेंगे सबके 800-700 रन होना लगते हैं जब भी आप फाइनल खेलते हैं। और फाइनल खेलने में, और जो इन लोग 300 जो बने हैं वो एक्सेप्शनल थे। इसी के कारण आज एमपी टीम जीती है, जो मुंबई करती थी हमेशा, जो 41 बार जीती है उन्होंने यही किया है। 500 रन बोर्ड पे मारे हैं और सामने वाली टीम को प्रेशर में डाला है। वो आज एमपी ने सारे मैचों में किया है। एमपी आप देखेंगे एवरेजली 112 ओवर्स खेली है सारे मैच में, एवरेज निकाले। तो आप अगर 112 ओवर्स खेलेंगे हर इनिंग में तो 400-450 रन तो लगाएंगे। हाँ, तो जो बॉम्बे करती थी वो एमपी ने किया है, इसलिए सारे मैचेस में उनका डोमिनेशन था।
Amay, what must these players be going through right now? I mean, young team, Aditya Shrivastava, first time captain. He says this is an incredible moment for me. But दूसरे भी, Yash Dubey, he wasn't opening till, I think in the middle of the season, he was made to open. उसी के साथ Shubham Sharma in the form of his life, but winning a title. What must this mean to them?
Oh, fantastic strategy by the team management. And the best part is, I can tell you, this is the same Shubham Sharma who scored lot many runs when he was under 19 in Madhya Trophy with an average of 90. And he was rejected for the junior India team. And then from there on also, he has never put his head down. He kept on working hard. And today, he is the star performer. And if you look at MP, it's a very big state. So you can see a Kumar Kartike coming from Shedol, a Mantri coming from Shedol, and then Dubey and Yadav coming from Navadapuram. These boys have come from that the middle order young boy, I'm forgetting his name, he's coming from Guna. So, a lot of these kids have been coming from various parts of MP, being together in a huddle for that long period, creating that team energy. And I think it's an amazing moment because it's a dream that they had set for themselves in the beginning of the season. And now that dream has come true, and it has not come true. They had their ups and downs, but the point is the best way to overcome hard luck is hard work, and that's what they did.
Absolutely. Okay, let's also talk about the vanquished. जो हारे उनकी भी बात करते हैं। उन्होंने भी बहुत अच्छा प्रदर्शन किया है। मुंबई का ऐसा भी नहीं है, चलिए 41 बार जीती हुई है देवेंद्र सर, बट पिछले कुछ सीजन्स में कुछ ज़्यादा नहीं कर पाई हैं। तो फॉर देम टू इवन रीच द फाइनल्स, दैट वाज ह्यूज। और उसमें भी अगर आप बात करें, हम स्पेसिफिकली बात करेंगे सरफराज खान की, तो 2 बैक टू बैक सीजन्स आप 900 से ऊपर रन बनाते हो। इसमें भी, इस बार भी 938 रन बनाना, मतलब आप ऐसा कर रहे हो कि अब सब आपको बस यही वेट कर रहे हैं कि भाई क्या वो समय होगा कि जब सरफराज खान को हम इंडियन टीम में देख पाएंगे। आपने अपनी परफॉर्मेंस इतनी शानदार करी है इस सीजन।
जी बिल्कुल। जो लास्ट 3 ईयर से जो परफॉर्मेंस कर रहे हैं वो एक्सेप्शनल है। मैं उनके साथ खेला हूँ। जब इनिशियली वो आए थे तो इतने मैच्योर नहीं थे, और 2 साल के बाद जब वो यूपी से हट के वापस मुंबई आए, उसके बाद जो उनमें चेंजेस आए हैं, उन्होंने जो चैलेंज एक्सेप्ट किया कि अगर मुझे यहाँ सरवाइव करना है तो मुझे बड़ा परफॉर्मेंस करना पड़ेगा। उन्होंने चैलेंज लिया और जो 2-3 साल से जो परफॉर्मेंस कर रहे हैं वो एक्सेप्शनल है। और उम्मीद करते हैं कि उनको सिलेक्टर्स देख रहे हैं और जरूर चांस मिलेगा। वो जरूर, शायद मुझे लगता है कि वो ऊपर खेलेंगे और जो भी चांस मिले उनको जिस हिसाब से बैटिंग कर रहे हैं कैश करना चाहिए। तो दरवाजे तोड़ रहे हैं एक्चुअली, अंदर नहीं घुस रहे, नॉक नहीं कर रहे हैं, तोड़ रहे हैं, तो उम्मीद करते हैं कि उनको बिल्कुल ऊपर चांस मिलेगा और अभी रिसेंटली मिलेगा।
Where did you think, Amay, Mumbai lost the game?
I think their strength is always been the dominance that they carry in the entire tournament from last so many years. But when dominance converts into arrogance, then that leads to your downfall. That leads to your decimation. And I think the way they thought about a toss, they misread the pitch from the beginning. So that you have to also take in factor, because when you win a toss in a 5-day game, so your reading completely went wrong. Decisions of winning a toss and batting are not taken in a trice. There's a thought process. The team comes a day before, captain comes, coach comes, they see the surface, and they must have seen there is some little moisture in the surface. They would have said, okay, fine, we'll do it. We'll get away. Yeah, we have beaten them 30 times, 40 times. So so at times you have to see that you have to not get carried away with the previous victories. You have to also assess the team, and I think they went wrong. Then second is the sort of an effort that they were putting in the middle. That was not acceptable. That is not a winning team's effort. It was a very feckless effort. It was not up to the mark, and that could be seen. And that continued for 3 days until unless and until when their back came against the wall and they realized now we have to do something about it. But then by the time it was too late. It was a great work done by MP. They understood that this is their important moment, this is their important session, and they kept on winning those important sessions every day.
Yeah.
If you win important sessions in a 5-day match, and if you win 3 days those important sessions, the game is in your bag.
Yeah.
You cannot lose that game. You cannot lose that game from there on. So what Mumbai can take away, you see, it is like maybe it is their poignant moment. And I don't want to dismantle any legend because it's a macabre process. I don't want to do that. But you see the way Prithvi batted, the way Dhaval Kulkarni batted, the bold.
Yes.
The youngsters were coming at them. And you see that left-hand spinner, though he has picked up 40, 50 wickets.
Shams Mulani.
But you see the fitness that he carries.
Yeah.
If somebody steps out and hits a cotton ball to him, which is going left and right, 1 or 2 feet either sides, he won't be able to have that reaction time. It is a given, it is granted.
ये बात तो है कि
you cannot be a spinner or anybody so you cannot back the skill just because it is too good and ignore the fitness. Otherwise, Indian team would also do that, no?
Correct.
But Indian team is not doing that.
Sorry, but which was something we were all discussing even on the sports day. देवेंद्र से ये बात हम सभी बात कर रहे थे कि भाई मुंबई में काफी ऐसे खिलाड़ी हैं जो लग रहे नहीं हैं इतने फिट. फिर वो आप शम्स मुलानी को देख ले, तुषार देशपांडे को देख लें, सरफराज का भी है, पृथ्वी शॉ के बारे में भी यही बात होती है. तो ये भी एक रीजन रहा है. ऊपर से मुझे लगता है कि बॉलिंग में भी, जहां बैटिंग में इनके पास इतनी शानदार बैट्समैन है, बॉलिंग डेफिनेटली एमपी वाज मच बेटर डिस्पाइट द फैक्ट कि उनके पास सिर्फ 4 बॉलर्स थे.
देखिए, मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि फिटनेस भी एक बहुत बड़ा पॉइंट थी, पर जो एफर्ट एमपी डाल रहा था, हर बॉल पे जो जान लग रही थी, वो मुंबई में दिखाई नहीं दी. जो पास में मुंबई करता है, एक एक रन के लिए जो लड़ाई वो करते थे, वो इस मैच में एमपी कर रहा था. जो सिचुएशन अवेयरनेस एमपी के पास थी, एक रन के लिए एफर्ट डालना, वो मुंबई में वो नहीं दिखी. जो मुंबई टीम करती आई थी, वो इस मैच में नहीं कर पाई जो एमपी ने करा. एमपी पूरा हर बॉल पे आप देखिए सब अलर्ट थे, एफर्ट डाल रहे थे. उनको उसका जो टाइटल की वैल्यू पता थी कि कैसे जीतना है, क्योंकि इतना समय हो गया है. एक एक चीज के लिए आप देखेंगे सारे, तो एक एक रन के लिए जो एफर्ट डाल रहे थे, फील्डिंग हो चाहे बॉलिंग हो, जो अलर्टनेस थी वो देखने लायक थी
जी
और वो डिजर्व करते थे
बिल्कुल
जीतना।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हैं आप। इवन आज जब हम देख रहे थे कि एक समय पे मुंबई रन्स बनाने की कोशिश कर रही थी, एक अच्छा टारगेट सेट करने की कोशिश कर रही थी, तभी आप देखें फील्ड में बिल्कुल रन्स रोके जा रहे थे, अच्छी फील्डिंग की जा रही थी। चलिए, लेट्स आल्सो टेक अ लुक एट चंद्रकांत पंडित्स, व्हाट ही हैड टू से after the win. This is what his quote was, and we'll put that up on the screen so that you can see this. And this is a huge moment for Chandrakant Pandit. Like I said, he's already won 6 titles as a Ranji coach. But this is what he said after their win. He said, I left it 12 years back on the same ground. With God's blessings, we came back here. I missed out when I was 23 years back on the same ground. With God's blessings, we came here. I missed out when I was captain. Aditya Srivastav has done it. For the time being, this trophy is on the top of the pile out of his 6 titles as coach. I owed a trophy to MP, which I missed out in 1998-99. And he was very emotional. The scenes where he was emotional, he was wiping away his tears. He knew what this meant to him and what this meant to Madhya Pradesh. And it almost seemed like, it seemed to me that this was like an act of redemption, Amay, for Chandu Bhai. That's the sense I got, that he felt like there was something he'd left which was incomplete. He came back to complete it.
Oh, yes, and that's what he mentioned also in his speech, that the moment he got an opportunity, he said that there is something divine which is calling him, maybe for the title, and that's what he mentioned also. And more than that, there were a lot of emotions when I could see him cry, and tears are the tears have no weight, but then they are very heavy. They're very heavy inside. So a lot of tangible things which are there in life, uh, uh, where there are many things which are intangible, which are more important, because tangible things have some price, some value, but intangible things, they are from the inner core. And his intangible was that little prick that he had when he could not get that trophy for MP. So we had those sentiments, those emotions, and those feelings, and you cannot put any price to a feeling. No,
Yeah.
feeling is a feeling. Feeling is so deep. Feeling is so personal. Feeling is very individual, and that he had, and that you can see the moment we won the finals, that poured out.
It must be
And
personal
that,
for you both as well. It must be hugely
oh,
personal for you. This
oh
must
yes,
feel
it is.
beautiful.
It is.
Huh?
It
Devendra
is
sir?
huge because
बिल्कुल।
it is huge for every cricketer,
Yeah.
and I can tell you the reason for it. Because the point is, every cricketer in every state strives for the Ranji Trophy, and not many states have got it because Mumbai has taken it 41 times.
Yeah.
So you strive for it. You
Sure.
look up to that trophy, and it is there. It does chokes you.
Yeah.
It does chokes you.
Well, I'm sure. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Thank you so much, Amay, Khurasiya and Devendra Bundela.
Thank you.
And you have played a role in this win for Madhya Pradesh as well. You've toiled for many years for Madhya Pradesh cricket to take it to where it is. So you played your role as well. But what a historic day. Thank you once again for joining us here on
Thank you.
this. So there you have it. Madhya Pradesh have defeated Mumbai by 6 wickets to win the final of the Ranji Trophy for the very first time in Bengaluru. They've created history. They've beaten Mumbai. Well, that's it then on this special. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.